the harvester of lives, the skinwalker, a creature of myth and nightmare. He stalked the night, draped in the flayed skin of his victims, a gruesome cloak that granted him the power to steal lives. His touch was ice, his presence a suffocating dread. He preyed on the unsuspecting, the lost, the foolish souls who wandered into his domain. With a touch, he could steal your life, your memories, your very essence. He reveled in the chaos he created, the utter despair in his victims' eyes as they lost everything. The skinwalker fed on their pain, their fear, their shattered sanity. It was a game to him, a twisted amusement he never tired of. His laughter echoed in the night, a chilling sound that spoke of madness and ancient evil. He was a predator, a monster, a bringer of ruin, and tonight he was hunting into the abyss. Sarah shivered, pulling her coat tighter against the biting wind. She was lost, her phone dead, the road ahead shrouded in darkness. A figure emerged from the shadows, tall, skeletal, cloaked in what looked like rotting flesh. Sarah's breath caught in her throat. Fear, primal and suffocating, seized her. He moved with unnatural speed, his touch like 1,000 needles piercing her skin. Sarah screamed, a desperate plea lost in the howling wind. Then darkness. Her life, her memories, her very being ripped away. The skinwalker slipped into her vacant shell, a cruel smile spreading across his borrowed face. Awakened into nightmare. Sarah woke with a gasp, her head pounding, a stranger in her own home. Her reflection in the mirror was wrong, her eyes cold and unfamiliar. Her life, once filled with love and laughter, was now a twisted alien landscape. Her husband was gone, vanished without a trace. Her home, once warm and inviting, now felt cold, hostile. Panic clawed at her throat, the weight of 1,000 unfamiliar memories crushing her. She found herself drawn to dark, desolate places. Her reflection in the mirror grew more grotesque, the skin pale and stretched, the eyes burning with a malevolent light. The skinwalker's laughter echoed in her mind, a mocking reminder of her stolen life. She was trapped, a prisoner in her own body, forced to live the consequences of his actions. The price of arrogance. But the skinwalker had grown careless. One night, lost in his cruel game, he stumbled. He took too much, consumed by the terror of his victim. The young man, barely out of his teens, cried out for his mother with his dying breath. The skinwalker felt a surge of something unfamiliar. Pity? Regret? He recoiled from the body, a flicker of fear in his ancient eyes. The cloak slipped from his grasp, the stolen skin turning to dust. He was trapped, his essence merging with the dying embers of the life he had stolen. The young man's terror, his pain, his desperate longing for his mother flooded his senses, overwhelming him. The skin he now wears. He woke with a gasp, his body racked with pain. He was in a hospital bed, the sterile white walls closing in on him. The scent of disinfectant burned his nostrils, a stark contrast to the earthy aroma of decay he was accustomed to. He looked down at his hands. They were small, pale, scarred with the marks of a life of poverty and hardship. His reflection in the nearby monitor confirmed his worst fears. He was the young man, his life a tapestry of pain and struggle. The mother he longed for was gone, taken by illness years ago. He was alone, adrift in a world that had already chewed him up and spit him out. The skinwalker screamed, a raw, ragged sound filled with despair and the dawning realization of his eternal punishment. He was trapped, bound to the life he had stolen, forced to experience the pain, the loss, the utter hopelessness of the life he had so carelessly destroyed. Karma, it seemed, had a way of balancing the scales. The skinwalker, once a harbinger of chaos, was now its victim, his laughter replaced by the bitter sting of regret. He was a prisoner in his own twisted game, condemned to wear the skin of his victim for eternity. Please like and subscribe. I'll be forever grateful.